Hello and welcome back to CG Rated Books. I'm Charles Gregory, and we are going to do another BookTube tag. We are invited by Joe and Mary over at Book Buds to participate in their Book Buds original tag. I love participating in the tags. It gives me a chance to interact and uh, encourage the communication amongst other booktubers. It's I like the idea of the tag. I like what the tags do. So helps with building content for your channel as well, and also helps building that sense of community. So in this particular tag, there are 7 prompts. Seven. Did I hold up the writing up? Seven prompts, and I've got them all on the tab here, and we are going to read and participate. Now these are, you know, uh, it's going to be fun doing this because it's going to be difficult. Yeah, I'm still fairly new, in my opinion. I'm still fairly new to the community. I guess a couple of 3 months or so, a couple, three. Uh, but I do try to interact. So I still have a short subscription list of those who I'm subscribed to, and an even smaller list of who actually interacts and communicates back and forth with me. However, it's very easy to provide multiple names or buddies for each one of these prompts. The challenge is trying to pick one, and I think I'm gonna try and remain true to that instead of just picking a bunch of them, because they want you uh, to promote the interaction. So not only do they want you to pick somebody, but they want you to explain why you picked that individual. And so I think it's very important for me to try to just maintain one buddy per prompt. It's not easy, but that's what we're going to try and do. Okay. So the first prompt that we have is you're stuck on a deserted island and can only bring one booktuber buddy, but all of their books would come with them. Who do you want to be stuck with? I chose Thomas McNulty over at McNulty's book reviews. It's at the best is the West, or the West is the best. That's the West is the best. And why? Uh, he's got a pretty big reading library, long list, uh, wide variety of familiar books that I actually like. Westerns, a few retro books, comic books. He's got a wide variety of books that he has read and reviewed, and I like his demeanor. I like his presentation, and I like his book choice because he chooses his books very well. And if he doesn't like something, he'll tell you. And he's just, I don't know, he's a cool dude, straight up, right? So I picked Thomas McNulty for the first prompt, being stuck on a deserted island and getting all their books with us. So prompt number 2 is it's kind of funny. You accidentally rob a bookstore with a booktuber bud by walking out with 100 books. Accidentally, 100. With you spend a year behind bars with them, but now you can read and do videos together. Who do you get locked up with? And I'm glad that I can pick. It's actually 2 of them, but it's the same channel. So I actually pick Joe and Mary from Book Buds. They are the original. They are the originators of the tag. But they did mention it in their tag that it's okay to pick them. It's also okay to pick somebody who's already been tagged before. So that's there's no, you know, no, not a lot of restrictions on who you get to pick. No, a lot of restrictions on how you do this particular booktube tag, but I choose them. And why? Why? Because you get to do videos together, and their videos look fun. They look like they have a good time. They look like they're enjoying themselves. It kind of feels like they just pulled away from the family picnic, and they're still in that joyous spirit. They're, they're very celebratory, and they're bubbly. I like the way that they present their videos. It really feels like the family's in the background. Kids running around in the little miniature pool, and all the old folks are challenging each other to physical challenges that they can't, that they shouldn't try. It feels like a family gathering, being around them when they're watching them, being around them while watching their videos. So I picked Joe and Mary from Book Buds for prompt number 2, being locked away with the best buddies. That's got to be fun. It'll make being locked up easy. Anyway, prompt number 3. You magically get trapped. You magically get trapped in a murder mystery that you're reading. Another booktuber bud joins you to solve the mystery. Who do you want to join you? And I picked Kevin. Kevin Toll from Kevin Toll Reads. And the main reason why is I like his book selection. I like his big choice, but I also like his demeanor as well. Mild, calm, very thought provoking. He's thinking through. He's calm. I really think that, and it's odd that I would pick Kevin. It's mostly because of his disposition, and not necessarily due to the book genres that he reads. He's on a kick with Louis L'Amour, which is a Western author, and he's been reading some. Is it sci-fi? It's fantasy, right? Harry Potter is fantasy, right? Right, Kevin? Uh, but he's a thinker, and he's also a multitasker. I don't know how he gets a chance to do. He keeps his channel up to date with lots of new content, with a busy life, and he gets a chance to interact with other folks. And I just, getting a chance when I communicate and talk with him, it just feels like we could work through some things. And so I picked Kevin, and that's prompt number 3. Prompt number 3, murder mystery. Me and Kevin taking on the world. Yeah. Prompt number 4. You magically get trapped in a fantasy novel, fighting dragons and casting spells. Which booktuber bud do you choose to bring in with you to save the day? This was a difficult one. That's prompt number 4. This one was a difficult one for me because I think I have more people that are better suited for the choice, but I don't interact with them very much, so I don't know how we would connect. But this choice, Jess, over at Bougie Nerd, she is my choice for prompt number 4. I love, love, love her disposition. I love her openness, her communication, the way that she is, and she is the book choices that she reads a bit of old school fantasy, and she has I don't know, there's just something about her. Hard to say. I think she'll be able to help me in that. I don't really do a whole lot of fantasy as of yet. So I've read some, but fighting dragons and knowing different types of things, there's a certain level of I don't know if it's romance type feel to it or whatnot, but the fantasy versions, it just seems like when it comes to dragons, you got to have the damsel in distress who's not necessarily in distress. She looks like she can handle her own, and so I picked Jess. Prompt number 5. You are stuck in the cloud of sadness, hitting a reading funk and feeling totally uninspired. Which booktuber bud can pick you up with their personality? And that one was easy. There was actually, I just forget his name. He just recently took a hiatus, so I'm not going to choose him at this moment because he's not going to see this. He's taken a break from BookTube. Had a little bit of a confrontation with a bad commenter, one of the folks that had visited his page just was quite rude. And he just received a, feel for taking a break. So he's actually not going to be able to see this, but Book Time with Elvis is his channel. It was the first individual to encourage me to be able to launch my page and even be here. So, with that being said, the actual booktube bub that I'm choosing is MJ from Reading This Life. MJ is awesome. She's very inspirational. She's very uplifting. She's very supportive of the booktube community. And I love the fact that she likes to take time out to reach out, help encourage, help lift up, help give constructive criticism to other members of the community. And for my choice, for inspiration, for help, it's going to be MJ beyond a shadow of a doubt. So that was number 5. So prompt number 6. Your arms are in a cast for 2 months, and a booktuber bud is going to edit all of your videos for you. Who edits them and why? I choose Cliff. Oops, sorry about my glasses there. I'm trying to take them off so I don't get the light in the eyes. Cliff Sargent from Better Than Food. And why? Why? Because I love his presentation. I love the professionalism of his videos. I love the feel. It's cozy at times, but it seems professional very well. I just love the way he presents himself. Huge library, right? He's got a passion for reading. He's got a passion for sharing the fact that more people need to read. But, he's got these, he's a coffee drinker too. Gotta have that soup, man. Gotta have that soup. The thick stuff. Stick a fork in it and let it stand up in the middle of it. Anyway, he takes these cinematic. I don't know if he has help. I don't know if he has any experience. I haven't really paid attention to those parts of his videos. As far as, if he's even mentioned. I just know that I like his cuts. I like the way he edits his films. I like the little cutaways that he does. He sits out at the park. He sits out on the edge of the shore. He's got an eye. Maybe he's got some experience with photography or something, videography. It feels like he does, and I just love his presentation, and I love his passion for reading. So I pick Cliff from Better Than Food. He sure does make it feel like reading is better than food. It's nourishment for the spirit, for real. Prompt number 7. You press a button and instantly have all the books that a booktuber bud has already read. Which book, which bud would you pick and why? And here we go again. I did it again. I am going to pick Mike from Mike's Book Review. Mike has a huge library. The list of books that he has read and their genre is something I don't normally get around to. He's a heavy reader. He reads books that usually exceed my page length. I am a casual reader, and if I was to try to tackle on the books that he reads, not only the books that he reads, but the books are usually, a lot of them are part of a series. I would probably take an entire month on one book, just trying to get. I'm a slow reader. But he also reads a lot of fantasy and horror, which does interest me, but I don't get a chance to read that much of. I usually lean away from those. I'm usually drawn more into mystery and adventure, and don't get a chance to read a lot of and more popular titles as well. He has a large library of books that are usually on the tips of the tongue of the community, right? The bookish community, not just here at Book2, but bookish people everywhere. Very popular book titles, very popular authors, very controversial titles, lots of fantasy, lots of horror, lots of sci-fi. It's good stuff that I don't get a chance to read for one reason or another. So if I was to be able to say that I've read all those, then Mike would be the one I would normally have to choose. And yes, that's my list for today. Joe and Mary had also mentioned in their tag that there's no need to tag additional people to do the prompt, because the buds that we have selected as a response for each prompt are going to be our tags for this one. So going out, those tags are going to be Thomas McNulty, Joe and Mary at Book Buds, which they've already done it, Kevin Toll over at Kevin Toll Reads, Jess at Bougie Nord, MJ and Cliff at Better Than Food, and then of course Mike at Mike's Book Reviews. With that, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for taking the time to just come watch my videos, for visiting my channel, for subscribing. Click that notifications button so that you'll get a chance to know when I'm posting something. And until next time, keep reading.